and our new special moderator, who is Miss Mita. So guys, before we're going to start the discussion, let me try to direct the rule that you need to obey. So wait a second. Let me try to open it first. There is something. So like usual, you are not allowed to mute your microphone until I unmute your microphone until the moderator gives you a chance to talk on. Wait a second. Okay, on mute your microphone while another person is trying to give their opinion. And the third rule is focus on the topic of discussion. On the following rule, the hosts are capable of cutting your statement if the moderator thinks that that's enough. And the next rule, encourage to be active in discussion. So guys, you don't need to be shy to give your opinion, because this is the place for us to practice our English. So just try to give your perspective, your opinion about the question. And yeah, there is no wrong or right, because this is the way for us to grow better. And the last one is raise hand or the notification of participant if you want to give your perspective or your opinion. So guys, to make sure that the raise hand is good enough to use, if you don't mind, please try to tap the button. Try to raise your hand. Okay, cool. Thank you. Oh, finally, Miss Etta is back. Hello, Miss. Long time no see you. And finally, you're here again. Thank you, Mr. Jajang. Jung in the podcast. Thank you so much. And guys, you can invite allow your hand. Okay, cool. Without any further ado, thank you, Thor. Let me give the chance to Miss Mita.
Hello guys, my name is Mita, and then my full name is Miftah Khair, but just call me Mita. And then today we are discussing about balancing world and experience in youth, the ultimate choice. And then this is the first question for all of you guys. Wait. Okay, the first question about youth and world. What does wealth mean to you as a young person? How it's important into your life? Maybe you want to ask or answer the question. You can raise your hands so I can choose you or anything. Okay, you can raise your hands. Don't be shy, don't be scared. We learn together. So you can raise your hands to answer the first question. What does wealth mean to you as a young person? How important is it in your life?
Miss Eka is raising her hand. You can just.
Okay, because nobody can raise the hands. Oh, I see it.
There are two people who raise their
Okay. Because I see first is Ekalita Sari. Can you answer the question?
Maybe it's like imagination, yeah, not the real, yeah. Because I'm a housewife, and when I'm young, I didn't experience this. But when I was young, when wealth in my mind is that something that can make easier your life, yeah, like if you want to doing something, you don't have to think about the financial thing. So well, it's mean that you don't have any problems with the poverty or limited situation that make you uncomfort and confused, because you have to put yourself first always if you don't have any wealth, right? Because we cannot think about anybody's or anything else beside ourselves if we don't have enough, right? It's like we will live in a selfish life because we have to put ourselves first. That's the meaning the wealth in my mind. And if you want to you can doing anything what you want, and you don't have to debt with you don't have to have a debt problem, something like that, or like sad or pathetic situation, something like that. But in other meanings, some people also think that wealth is not good defined, because for some people wealth can make them snob or flexing, right? And they can be selfish also, because maybe they're because they always put themselves not put themselves, because maybe if you have more wealth and you have more interest also, and you have more needs also, and sometimes for some people with wealth is not good for them, because they cannot share their wealth to others, and they always feel that they are not enough. So in the young apa tadi, young person, how important is it in your life? I think when I was young, I think that wealth can make easier our life. That's all. And
Okay. So from your opinion that you prefer well done experience when you are young. Is that okay? Is that right?
when I was young, I don't have both, but but when I was young, when I was young, I really think about my career so much, because
Okay.
I don't want my family in trouble, or I like I said, I in the confused or desperate situation or pathetic situation that make everyone someone confusing. So I believe not everyone, if they are not have wealth, it's not meaning that they are selfish, but sometimes they have to put their self first, because they will have problems, right, if they cannot take care their self first. And I think in the young people, the wealth is they can do anything that they want, like traveling or buying everything they want, and then maybe can hang out with their friends, or giving give sharing or something like that, and protect your family.
Okay. Thank you for Kaelita. And then who raised the hands after Kaelita tadi? I'm sorry, for after Kaelita? Abdul Toar, maybe?
Abdul Tor.
Abdul Toar, this is your time.
Hello.
Hello.
For me, what does wealth mean to you as a young person, and how important is in your life? I describe myself as a young person, and I'm not that well right now, but it's to me the most important thing as a young person is a foundation about how we manage our money, and yeah, we have to how to manage and seek opportunities about how we spend in yeah in
in life.
yeah we spend in education or skill, and then we have to avoid in lifestyle that not making us uh be that good, and yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Oh my God. Yeah. Okay, Abdul Tor, that's amazing. And then after that, we have Mr. Menten. Menten? What's your true name about it? Okay, Mr.
Okay,
Menten, that's
thank,
your choice. Okay?
thank you, Miss Mita. Sorry for uh, unchanged name. I will
It's okay,
change
it's
it
okay.
later. I will change it later. So my real name is Farid. Hello everyone. So as a young person, wealth mean is enough in every single line in my life. It's mean like enough money, enough time, and enough health. So enough money when I can buy something without asking my parents money. Enough health means when I can undergo my activities and it runs well without any significant obstacles maybe, and enough time when I can, yeah, when I can use it for studying, learning, and something like that. I think that's all.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Change. And then now we move to Mr. Jajang. This is your choice. Mr. Jajang.
Okay, hello, thank you for the time. So, I think I have a very general opinion about wealth. In my point of view, wealth is when you have a very good financial conditions. It is like when you have uh, your own home, and then you build your family, you have vehicle, and then you have a lot of money, of course. Yeah, things like that. I think it's a very general opinion about wealth, I think. And then how important is it in your life? Yeah, of course, being not rich people, I think it's very important, even for a young person. When I have a lot of money, I think I have a lot of choice. I have a lot of choices, and then I can do anything that I want without worry about the budget and things like that. So I think, yeah, this is a very, very important. But as a young person, for me right now, it is not the one thing or the most important thing. A very most important thing for me right now is recognition. Yeah, recognition, like confessions, trust from other. Like I want to be active. I want to be
Personal branding, right?
what?
Personal branding because you want to
Yeah,
recognition.
that's right. Like I build my personality, my personal branding, and then I am exploring anything, program, conference,
Yeah.
yeah, things like that. I think that's the most important one for me. I have saving, but maybe that saving not to reach myself, to make myself rich, but that is for my next step, what I have to do, continue to study, or be in a conference, or maybe a broad program or things like that. Yeah.
Wow,
That's
that's
all.
cool. I hope that will be
Yeah.
right for you.
Yeah, thank you.
Yay. Is that finish, Mr. Jajang?
Yes, that's all. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Jajang. And then we had Mr. Farid and Mr. Ikhlasul Amal. So for Mr. Farid first, this is your time. Okay.
Okay, actually, I am the person who has the previous name main change. Okay, so I have take my turn in the previous.
Yes, Mr. Farid, go ahead. Okay, you can speak now. Mr. Farid, your mic is mute.
I mean, like I already talked about my opinion. It's me, main change.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
After that, we have Mr. Ikhlasul Amal. Your time.
Okay, hello, everyone. My name is Muhammad
Hello.
Kasano, and now we are discussing about wealth. But before that, first we have to know about wealth mean. Wealth mean in Indonesia is kekayaan. Kekayaan or wealth we can describe in another word, like maybe in time, money, or maybe our our uh, our life maybe, and then wealth mean what does wealth mean to you as a young person? As a young person, it's important for me or a young person to be a wealth in time. We can manage our time, our money. We have to know about our purpose and need it. What we need, like maybe we need to manage our time, that we need, not the purpose. That is mean wealth. This is important for us to know what is wealth, because when you have wealth, you have to know how you manage your money, because being a young person, like we spend our money not saving the money, like, oh, we have so much money, like maybe 1 million, for example, 1 million, and we think 1 million is so much money, and we cannot manage the money well, and we spend the money in the wrong way. Well, that's the important thing. You have to manage your life or your money or your time. For a young person, we have to manage our time, because for a young person, like, we don't want to explore anything, but we have to explore anything that's important for you, because you are a young person and you have to explore anything you want, because in your old life you cannot explore anything more. And that's all for me, maybe.
Wow, thank you, Mr. Ikhlasul Amal, and then all of you that answered the first question. This is just the first question, but it's getting hard because every person in this life a young person, so we have much opinion, much side of thinking. So we move to second question. Okay, sorry, wait. How would you define experience in the context of youth? What do you think it matters, or it's not really matters for us as a young person? Raise your hands if you want to answer the question. Okay, we have the first person, Sophie Rua. Take your
Yes,
time.
well,
Bye.
Thank you, Miss, for the opportunity. For me, I consider myself as a young person. Hopefully, still count like that. I think from my personal opinion, experience is really important for us in my generation because through that experience we can not only earn money but also we can do networking there, which is the most important part of it. And also by seeing the whole new world, new culture, uh, variety background of people, it give us more insight to be able to learn and help us to make decision in the near future. So as a young person, we consider ourselves as a less experienced, and the more experience that we earn, it really help us in many fields. Yeah, like I mentioned before, those are the things that young generation really needs right now, and we can get all of them through the experience. Thank you, man.
Okay, so for you, Sophie, your experience is matters. Okay, I see. And then the second one is we have Mrs. Ekalita. Your time.
In my age, if I refer when I refer in my youth, I think experience is yeah, maybe I miss a lot of experience, but I think many people, mostly in my generations, yeah, maybe it's not most of all, but maybe in our time we just thinking about the school matters, right, and family, and we didn't have much experience. I don't know about the reason, but maybe the concept of the school maybe is considering like my son's kindergarten and um, elementary school is very different in when my age. They are really care about experience for the kids, and it's really makes them enrich, yeah, the insight and also the experiencing, because when they are bigger, they not everyone interested to have experience because they have already busy with their schools and their me time. But yeah, I think experience is very needed because when we get older, maybe we cannot having that again. But if we when we are young and we have enough I don't know, and enough like financial supporting and family, maybe you can have like a homestay, so you can have more experience to live with another country with another family, right, something like that. And it's very expensive, yeah, when in my generation not everyone can have such experience. But if you can have it, it's very good for you because you can have experience to dealing with other family in other countries, and you maybe will know the culture without pressure, because um it's like holiday, but you also can have a fun experience, yeah, something like that. And maybe like you will digging your talent, like coursing, like you following some courses maybe in other country. They already use about this in their kids holidays. They put their kids in cooking courses, something like that. And like maybe like diving, snorkeling, or something like that, or horsing, or many things that can enrich your potential, yeah, and also maybe you can have a more experience that can exciting yourself. Yeah, and yeah, something like that.
Okay, next. Who want to answer the question? Wait. Sorry for the distraction. I'm sorry. Wait.
Mr. Ajang kayaknya Miss.
Okay, Mr. Ajajang, your time. Go on, Mr. Jajang.
Bukan Mr. Jajang, Miss Ajang ya, Miss Ajang atau Mr. Ajang?
Miss Ajang or Mr. Jajang? Oh, Miss Ajang. I'm sorry. Okay, Miss Ajang, your time.
Okay, thank you. So for
Yes.
me, experience is a timeless wealth. And it's really important for the young generations to have a lot of experience, because if we had an experience, we're gonna know about the life more beautiful. If we go outside of our comfort zones, and I think right now young generations can get a really easy way to get a lot of experience, because as we know, there is a lot of organizations and community who's up on the volunteerings, something like that. And I think that is one of the way that we can get experience from it, like teaching in the village, or uh, having a study exchange in the another countries, and etc. Because this experience, you cannot buy it in the future if you are getting older, because right now your time, your age is the right generation to get more experience and opportunity to get it.
Next. Thank you, Miss Ajang. Thank you for the sharing. And then
Can I?
anyone else? Okay, Mr. Ikhlasul Amal.
Okay, thank you for your time. We're talking about experience. Like before I said, in the young generation or young person, you have to more explore. The more you explore, the more you know. Because experience is the best teacher in your life. More you experience, more you know about the world. Like maybe you wanna try editing a video. Just try. Don't think about someone say. Just give the experience. Like just try it, and later you will know about the experience in editing video, like that. Maybe that's all. Maybe for me.
Thank you, Mr. Ikhlasul Amal, and thank you for all the participant that answered the second question.
Can I
And then,
give my perspective?
oh, I'm sorry. Oh my God. Okay, Mr. Iqbal.
Oh, maybe
your time.
Mr. Demos first. So Mr. Demos.
I would never take your time, Mister. Go ahead. You do it first.
All right. So thank you so much. On how to define experience in the context of youth, and why do you think it matters? First of all, I can say experience is like a water. And yet time, or when you are young, it's like a bottle. So you need to get a lot of experience and put it in your bottle. So when you are like not young anymore, you can use the water in the bottle to make you not thirsty anymore, and you can go like through the future of more far. So that's the experience. And yeah, it's also related with the question from Sophie, like why the experience has quotation. Because experience, maybe it could be like a bad experience or maybe good experience, and yeah, both of them are good for us to grow better, because sometimes we get more lessons from bad experience than yeah, a good experience. Am I right? So yeah, if you want to be if you want to like go through the future more far, you need to get more experience, because like I mentioned it seems like a water that you put in your bottle, and the bottle is your youth, or is your young time when you are still young. So yeah, never try to avoid it, because when you are young is a golden time to explore anything. Like no matter how many times you are failed, just try to do it again and never give up. That's the last. Thank you.
That's right. That's right. Okay, next, Mr. Demos, your time.
Thank you, Ms. Mita. Thank you, Mr. Iqbal, for bringing up about how watery the experience is. I love the fact you say that the experience seems to be like water, because I'm very thirsty with that knowledge, that experience. Well, because we're talking about wealth and youth and this all words, even though I'm 26-year-old guy and I'm not representing the youth right now, but I think I already like, past some of my years back then as a youth, and how important it is the experience for us. I think when it comes to wealth, I think we already got the idea of how if we want to be wealthy, then we need to work or create a business, which I believe by having, for example, like if you want to get a job or if you want to create a job, you need to have experience. Even though like some narrative spreading around in our society that theory versus practical, which always coming up into this discussion. If you want to be healthy, then you need to be practically, good enough to actually get, something. But I think it's a little bit implausible and inconclusive, because I believe that theory and practical or experiences are both the side of the coin, which is very important for us basically. So theoretical and practical or experience in your life are both very important points. These days, I think I want to bring up another perspective of how experience can basically change the way your career gonna be. It could be because your experience will change the way that you want to be a specialist or generalist. As someone who's working in several sectors, I seem to see that I'm more generalist than to be specialist, because I experience more and I love to learn more instead of being focused on a specific sector. That's the reason why I want to call myself a generalist, by virtue of that, some of those various or diverse experience that I have. So I think for everyone who is probably consider yourself as a youth in this discussion tonight, try to make sure that if you want to be generalist or specialist in your life, the experience will basically inflicts a lot in that particular decision. So if you want to be generalist like me, try to have diverse experiences. You have a lot of resources, these days. Internet gives you a lot of accesses. If you want to be specialist like Mr. Iqbal probably, or Miss Sophie probably, go ahead, like delve into your own specialty, or if you want to be like Miss Mita, probably go ahead. I think these both well-rounded people can basically, being the epitome of how your experience can basically shape your future career or your career right now. So yeah, that's how it matters, the experiences. I think go back to the the contributor, Miss Mita. Thank you.
Your microphone, you are still mute. Miss Mita, your microphone, we cannot hear your voice. Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Okay, I repeat my word that we are so good to meet Mr. Demos as a generalist that give the the best information about the job text in generalism. Okay, we move to next question. Wait, yeah. Okay. Financial stability or personal growth. Where do you choose? Raise your hands and I choose. Okay. Who for the first answer? Mr. or Miss? Okay, because nobody want to raise their hands, I will choose. I will hear from Mr. Farid. How about you, Mr. Farid? Do you have opinion?
Okay. I think that it's quite hard to choose one of them, but I think that what I can say that personal growth will be inherently with the financial stability. Means that the more we invest to the personal growth, the more better financial stability that we can have. But as a youth, I think that it's better to invest more in personal growth because in the end of the day, as what all the previous speakers said about the statement, like investing in the personal growth, like learning everything, the having main experience will actually can benefit you in terms of maybe your future career or even like financial stability. I think that's all.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Farid. And then, okay, for the Mr. Generalism, Mr. Demos, your time.
I'm actually clapping, but that's okay. Thank you. Hello, Mr. Farid. He's actually my friend.
Oh my
He's
God.
a
Okay,
best friend
two
of
best
mine.
friends.
Two best friend in the room.
Mm.
All right. So I actually love to always have personal growth in my life, but I will choose financial stability for this statement tonight. I know that you might still have very different opinion than I am. I love the fact that Farid brought up about the idea of how personal growth is basically corresponding to financial stability inherently, which I do believe as well. I do agree. I echo with him that personal growth, is corresponding to the financial stability. But I have to also bring up about the idea of the sandwich generation. I actually brought up this topic like a couple of weeks ago, how people are basically having their own different background and this stability in their life. I want to basically describe the comfort zone and discomfort zone of people, that not everyone is basically starting over their life from this comfort zone area. Sometimes they're in the in this instability life or unstable life, like they're in the discomfort zone. A lot of people, or a lot of Indonesian people, are basically starting over their life from this discomfort zone, which basically they are into this erratic or this fluctuative life, or this from and unstable life. So that's the reason why when it comes to financial stability, it's really important for youth, especially those who are sandwich generation, because they just want to have like fulfilling lives, or they just want to have financial stability that can actually support their family. So that as someone who's basic a sandwich generation, I do, pursue financial stability, even though that I'm also trying to actually better myself day by day, taking courses, getting a lot of experiences. Even join OTA is, I believe, is also a part of personal growth that I actually want to pursue as well, in terms of communication, and also the idea of how I can better in public speaking, because I'm very introverted actually. So public speaking and also communication are my weakness points in my life. I do believe so. So, but that's the reason why financial stability for those people who are basically coming from that are, that unstable, is that unstable or unstable? I'm not really sure with the word though. Please, Mr. Iqbal, correct me if I'm wrong, but not everyone is basically coming from the middle income family, or that those who are coming from wealthy families. So that basically for them, they probably don't think that financial is their issue. But for those people who are coming from that instability world, those need to work extra time, those people who even do side hustle to actually support their needs, I think financial stability is really what they're requiring so far. That's the reason why I'm actually trying to make my own passive incomes, because I need financial stability. As a 26-year-old guy, I think
Yeah,
financial stability is really important, right? If you want to get married, for example, there's no way a woman wants to have like an stable financial guy. There's no way. So there's the contrast that I want to bring up in this question. I think go back to Mita. Thank you.
wow. Amazing answer again. Okay, Mr. Demos. Next, the next question is, do you believe it's possible to have both wealth and meaningful experience? Why or why not? Raise your hands. Who want to answer? Or I have to pick again? Okay, maybe I want to hear again from the Miss Ekalita. Do you mind to answer the question, Mrs. Ekalita?
I will try, Miss. Do you believe it's possible to have both wealth and meaningful experiences? Why and why not? If you are investor, or you are rich children, maybe you
Rich
can
kids.
rich
Rich
kids.
kids.
Maybe you can have both. But if you building your wealth with your effort, and you have no time for anything else, but thinking about your wealth, of course you cannot have the experience, right? Because you are so busy with your wealth and how to maintain your wealth. That is my imagination like that. So like the previous question, that what is your choose personal growth or apa tadi, or financial stability. In fact, if you don't have unstable financial unstable financial, I think it's very hard, to have a personal growth also, because sometimes people will consider you as a manipulative person because you don't have any money, right? And people with suspicious on your kindness or your characters, and maybe if you are in a limited condition, and you have to do some I don't know, maybe like you borrow some money, or you have to doing something that maybe people call it personal growth, but for others it's like, is it true they are doing this for their sincere, but maybe yeah, that I didn't mean to be pessimistic, but I think personal growth is, I don't know, maybe sometimes we have to be wise, yeah, because I think mostly if the human is have the many like limitation, or they have many things in their life, maybe you um being more realistic, yeah, because yeah, sometimes if you don't have um stability, maybe you have to do something that that stability people don't do that, yeah. And maybe we have more considering and more understanding, yeah, because that's how people to survive, yeah. And then about the can you have both, yeah, maybe if you are rich people and you don't have to working, or you don't have to maintain your wealth because somebody else have to do it for you, like your lawyers or your I don't know, maybe like foundation or something like that. Maybe you can have the both. But if you are like always have to stand by for your wealth, how you can have the meaningful experience? Maybe you can have it in your um between your leisure time, but I don't know, it depends of how the kind of the wealth that you have, yeah.
Oh, miss, your microphone. Okay.
Sorry. Okay, I repeat my answer. Thank you for Mr. Elita for the answer. And then now we move to Mrs. Sophie Rua. Your time, Mrs. Sophie.
Thank you, Miss. I agree, this is very interesting question. I always believe that it's possible to have both well and meaningful experience. If you are the person who um already surrounded by wealthiness since you were born, or you were born from rich family, of course you can use those amount of money to buy the experience or to explore many things. But if you someone who earned that money from the very beginning, you started your wealth since zero, I think the whole process is also meaningful experiences, isn't it? Right? When the process that you reach that certain of number in your bank account is also a meaningful experiences. But I understand that living nowadays, when we talk about overwork, or the 24 hours that we have sometimes um don't feel enough for us to explore ourselves, to uh treating ourselves. I understand that uh to work as to earn certain amount of money can make less time to spend for the experiences that we wanted. But that doesn't mean that it's not possible to balancing both of them. I think we can have a job that we don't comfortable with, but it's a good money for us, and using that money for something we're passionate about. So it's still you can still have them both. So if the question is it possible to balancing both? My answer is I agree. It is possible. Thank you, Miss.
Thank you, Miss Sophie. That's a great question. And then Mrs. Lolita too. And then next we move to the question. Wait. Well, what are some common misconceptions or stereotype about wealth and experience among young people? You can raise your hands if you want to give your opinion. Who want to answer the question? What is the misconception? Do you young people have to just learn or just earn money or can do both or anything? Maybe you can answer. Okay, because nobody answered the hands, I will choose. I want to hear from Mr. or Miss. I want to hear from Miss Ajang. Can you give your opinion about this one? Miss Ajang?
Hello.
Hello. Okay,
Okay.
take your time.
I'm not sure about my answer, but from what I see in my environment, like my friends from my village, they are thinking that if we went to the big city, we're gonna building a great career and uh, easy to find money and get wealthy in our life. But I think that's really wrong perceptions. We don't need to go to the big city or big capital to start making wealth. But if we already have skills, we can use it. As we know, right now is technology really great, and we can use the technology to building our career and get wealth even we not going or move to the big city. Another stereotype that I see in the older generation thinks that money is everything, and sometimes this is the story from my friends that she got a scholarship to visiting another country in some project, and the parents said that uh, what did you do that, what is the meaning of it, you don't need to join that project because you are a woman and a woman in the future is just in the kitchen and just take care of the children. So I don't think you have to go to the other country just to follow the project. That is the stereotype of some older generation that thinks the experiences isn't everything, and just still thinking that uh, the children is the same generation with them and have to follow them their opinion, something like that. I don't know. Maybe the other participant can give me some answer about this question also.
Okay, thank you, Miss Ajang, for your answer. Next, we have Mrs. Elita. Mrs. Ekalita, I'm sorry, Mrs. Ekalita, your
I don't
time.
know if the answer is right or not, but common misconceptions or stereotypes about wealth and experience among young people. Maybe some people will look them like I don't know, it's kalau santai itu apa sih santai? Santai.
Santai ya.
Apa sih? Bukan lazy ya? Apa lazy? Apa gimana sih? No lazy apa sih? Like it's like what is it? Like you don't have like my children schools, many parents is seeing that the teacher is didn't serious about the academics. It's not that, but the teachers want to give the children the more experience. But for some people, they will look it like the teacher giving them space ya, something like apa ya, kayak santai gitu in their mind, but it's not that, and like not focusing for the important, more important things like academics. It's, but the truth is that for the psychology and for the personal growth, the experience is will support it, their developing characters. Yeah, but yeah, sometimes we will misconcept with the academics and something like that. I don't know what is the meaning, yeah. Because for some apa, if you talking about experience, you will recognize that there is many variant of the intelligence. It's not academic all apa only, but like like the math, the science, the verbals, the characters. It's, and like the smells is also can be the intelligence. Is, so if you are like want to build your career like a chef, or you want to working as something that's smells apa sense specialist, it's also intelligence, and it needs the experience, right? But for some people, if they only think that the success is only academics, it's very more difficult, mostly if we are jump into the our seeking of ourselves, the personal growth itself. Sometimes it's supporting by the academics, but sometimes not, mostly if your intelligence is more like not science or math, or not in schools like skills, and that you need the experience things, like, right? And maybe in this section, the parents and with the kids, it can, they can be confronted, mostly if the parents want to, the children want to um apa the children want to be like um their um their expectation, like the doctors, the engineers, while the children's is only like a cooking or something like art, something like that. And yeah, it will be common apa misconception, and maybe you will tell that your kids is like um confront you, something like that, or they are a hat bull, something like that, yeah, or they just wasting the money. If the parents feel that uh, or afraid that they cannot be succeed if they just experience their life and investing their time and their money for something that maybe the parents cannot predict, yeah, or cannot um, understand what is your kids want to seek for their life, yeah.
Wow, that's a great question from a good mother of Mrs. Ekalita. That's, that the answer that every children in the family that want to hear from their parents, like, oh my God, you're so a good mother. I have your children so happy to have you for they being their mother. And then next we have question for, wait, how can young people find a balance between their personal passion and financial stability? Do you guys have a mindset, or do you have, opinion about this? Want to answer the question? Okay. Maybe because this is more to light night. We have, okay, I will looking for someone to answer the question. I want to hear from Mr. February or Mrs. February. Do you right here, Mrs. February? Oh, Mr. February. Hi, Mr. February. Do you mind to answer the question?
Okay, I will try.
Okay.
How can people find a balance between their personal passions and financial stress? Okay. It's the best. In the short terms, I would say that it's kind of easy to find a balance between personal passions and also financial stability. Moreover, if you are still single, so you just need to feed yourself, for examples, and you don't really have much expenditures or spendings in your daily life, for example. So you can go working with your personal patience. You can set your idealism in working place. So you can go all the way you want to have. But in if we talk about the long terms, in case of personal patience and also financial financial freedom, for example. So it means that when our sons, our grandsons in the future, they don't have to work a lot or harder because we have already earned a lot of money, and then they can manage later on. So that's the financial freedom, for example. Of course, we're gonna think about something else like the investment or run our own business, for example. We know right now it's very not common. Everyone is talking about stock market. Everyone is talking about investment in gold. Everyone is talking about having a small business, and that's the way it is actually. We can't try to do a small thing about that. In order to, in the future, we're gonna reach that goal, being being a financial stable or financial freedom. I think that's the way we can do as a young generation right now. We we build our personal branding, and then we do what we love to earn a lot of money, of course, and then try to learn the investments. So I do believe that we have our peak year of working. So when the retirement, or when we have to retire from our job, that's the time for us to enjoy, or to enjoy all of hard work we have already done. I think that's all.
Okay, thank you for the answer. Okay, we have one more participant. Who do you mind to answer the question? Okay, Mr. Demos again. Your time, Mr. Demos.
Wow, I think I need to stop clapping by now. Actually, it's kind of hard if I have to continue this question after Mr. February stated his opinion, because he concluded all. I think how we actually can balance our personal passions and financial stability is by following our hobbies. These days, people are making out, some money from their hobbies, basically. Because if we brought up again this statement from Ms. Sophie that some people basically get paid a lot by their job, but they're not passionate enough with their job, basically. It's like they just work because they want to get paid instead of having their, personal passions. I used to be that way actually. I used to just work. I don't care about the job or position I have. Career at that time. I think youth these days, I think it also correlate with the previous questions, are still like having blurry, forcible future of what they want to be. And then that creates the stereotype of, so, like in the society that youth are being less or too relaxed about their life, or they're just being so easy on everything. That's the reason why they are easy to change their career path and so on so far. And the what's that called, the consistency and efficacy of working in current world right now are being so small percentage of young people charting to have worked more than 5 years. It's really rare these days that we see a lot of young people are working more than 2 until 5 years, because they change a lot of career, because they don't find that their passion are relevant with their job. That's the reason why they're sweeping again their careers so fast. I don't know if I'm connected. Hello?
Yes, yes,
Am I
yes.
sticking out? Oh yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that a lot of people need to strike the line over what they really want to do in their life, like make a real clear about what you want to be, especially in your in your possible career, what you want to follow. I think that should be the main shift of how you can actually balancing their passion and financial stability. And I think that's what I can echo with Mr. Peidi's statement as well. Back to Ms. Mita.
Yeah, that's right, Mr. Damos. Okay, thank you for the answer. Now we move to the next question. Wait. Okay, can pursuing experience in you contribute to long-term success and happiness? Why or why not? Who wants to answer the question? Pursuing experience in you contribute to long-term success and happiness. If there can be both to go in one way or not? Okay, because nobody raised the hands, I will choose. Who wants to choose? Okay. After Mr. Demos, we will have the coach of Mr. Demos. Yes, Mr. Febri. It's your time, Mr. Febri.
Okay. Okay. I will try. Let's see the coach. Coach. Okay. I believe experiences give a lot of lessons, or yeah, give a lot of lessons for young people or for us, and it will lead to the way we are doing right now, to the way we are deliberating with the what do you call the circumstances, for example. Of course, in the long terms, it also leads us the way we think. And in terms of success and happiness, I do believe that if we have a lot of experiences in our youth, and we have a lot of connections, and then we have a lot of lesson life, for example. And if we can manage it well and wisely, of course, it will lead to the success and happiness in the future. However, sometimes, I mean, like right now, because maybe we are trying to find our our right personality. We are trying to trying to find who we are right now, and then we try a lot of things. This is, even we don't like it, we try it, and then we joined some uh, some activities or agenda, and then we what we call, we have a lot of lessons, but we don't know which one is usable for us, which one is which one fits to us. I think that's the thing that we need to think of. Try to select or try to manage the agenda or the activities that, oh, this is actually suitable for me, and then it fits to my long-term goals. That's the thing, I guess. Thank you, Ms. Nita.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Febri and Mr. Demos. Next, we move to the next question. Wait. Okay, that's loading.
Okay, can I give my perspective about the question?
Yeah.
But waiting
Okay.
for the slide is loading. And okay, I do agree with Mr. Febri perspective, our coach. Yeah, Mr. Febri is our coach. Is it right, Mr. Dubs? Yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh my goodness.
We have
Yeah, I do agree with Mr. Febri opinion that experience will give a big impact for our long-term success and happiness. It seems like people say when you were still young, or when you were still like in a young time, you need to get a lot of experience, you need to try to do that, or you need to feel it until like when you become a grandmother or a grandfather, you can tell the story to your grandchild. So it will be awesome. And yeah, because of that also, we can see that the related of experience is a big, or we will be more happy and feel like successful in our retirement. So that's my opinion. Thank you. Thank you, Coach. Oh, maybe because of her connection, so suddenly she got kicked. Wait a second, let me try to find it her first.
Where is the moderator?
I guess there is something happened with her connection, so that suddenly she got kicked out. Wait a second, let's try to. Could we pause it? Wait,
Period of time.
sorry.
I think there's, it's okay. I think there is no such a shortcut to reach that. Every stable situation that you would like to reach for a longer period of time, it takes a very long journey, a very long process. So there's no like the fast way to do it. Either it is government institution or private company. You can say that I can be stable joining government institution, like PNS, for example, civil servant. But it also depends on your lifestyle and your necessities, your the money that you use for. And also, if you think that, oh, maybe private company is the most effective one to reach the stability of career growth, I think that's not also always work that way. It always depends, and there's no such a guarantee there's not a single option to what is that, to answer this question. That's from my opinion, sir.
All right, cool. Thank you. On okay, Mr. Damas, I placed you.
Yeah. I actually want to talk about state-owned companies or BUMN,
Mhm.
and also whether or not this stigma of society of if you are civil servant, civil servant, that you are probably actually getting passing that way of getting somebody else's daughter, or you will be considered as someone who's actually working in a really good situation. That's very, like common stigma. So if we're talking about the faster career growth, I want to actually bring up about the career opportunity that these days are being very, common or being well known, which is like fast track career growth that we call as like management trainee.
Mhm.
I think that's really related with this question because I'm actually a management trainee right now. That this program accelerates my position to the level of which people probably can get by working like 7 or 8 or even 10 years, but I just are able to get that in 2 years. But that fast track itself basically like giving you a whole bunch of experience at the same time. There is no way that you will have like working life balance or whatever it is. You have to experience a lot of difficulties, constraints, stress, depressions, mental breakdown, all of those combined. Because everything, as Sophie say, that everything that is accelerated requires extra effort too. But it doesn't matter whether or not it's a government institution or a private company. They're both giving the same option if you basically want to get. But there is a stigma that when you're working in a governmental institution or like a civil servant, that your job as more are more likely being very easy. But you can actually beat me up in this kind of stigma because that's what's been spreading around. Yeah, but working in a company or startup, for example, are the first. Not only that they expose you with the fast track experience, but also they give you the opportunity to basically engage with the business system that are easy to get. Like apps and flows. Compared to the state-owned company like BOMN company or even like the government institutions like DPR or whatsoever. But if you want to like DPR, I don't know, DPR, like representative, government representative or whatever is that, I think, yeah, if you want to get a lot of money without extra effort, okay, you couldn't record this when I say that. I don't want to, get caught. Anyway, yeah, I think that both of this type of company giving you the opportunity to accelerate your position because they offer like what I mentioned as your training, but it's really hard for some people. Everything that accelerated, as we already stated, it requires extra effort. It will continue by my coach, Mr. Pepe.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Damos. And you need to consider this one as well, Sir Damos, because you will get accepted easier if you want to like propose somebody who wants to be your wife, because
Exactly.
most of
But I'm not civil servant though.
most of people or most of family, they yeah, they will say you are a successful person if you are a civil servant, right?
Absolutely, 100%.
Oh my goodness, I have no idea. So, Miss Mita, are you here? Oh, maybe still
Yes,
still
yes,
there.
yes, yes.
Okay, I will place you. Give the
Sorry,
chance
sorry,
to,
guys. Okay,
Mr.
um,
February.
okay. Are we move to the next question or
Still in the
still
same,
raise hands?
Mr. February.
Okay, Mr. February, your time.
Okay. Mr. Demus has already answered it actually. Okay. Wait a moment. Maybe I will give another perspective of this. Joining a government institutions, a private company. Maybe I will go with the private company for faster career growth. Uh, be- I don't know. I don't know. This is my perspective because when you join government institutions, they have already certain path. You have you have to pass. For examples, like in the 5 years, you're gonna be a PIC of some things, and then in the 10 years, you're gonna promote you're gonna be promoted to be supervisor or something in the certain positions. But in a private company, it depends on your performance. If you can perform well in a private company, the manager or even the BOD, border on director, will see you as a promising candidate to lead the certain positions. However, the competition, oh, no, no, I mean, like, quote unquote, the competitions of reach this position is really flexible and really wide. So that's why we need to have a certain qualifications that we can make sure that we can perform very well in that organization or private company. So that's why the chance to grow faster in a private company is bigger. If we got that one, I mean, we have that ability to perform well, compete with other candidate. That's the thing. That's how a private company works actually. While we didn't see, I don't see it in the government institution so far. So far, I don't know in the future maybe because of some kinds of maybe like the policymakers later, like maybe Demos, Sophie, Mr. Iqbal, and others here are going to be policymakers in the future, and then they think that okay, government institutions needs to improve. Okay, and it will be it will be possible to have a faster career growth in institutions. I think that's.
Okay, thank you, Mr. February, for your answer. And then next, we move to the next question.
This is the last one, so you can give to
Okay, this is the last one. Okay, oh my God.
Miss Eka. Mrs. Eka.
Okay, I want to answer this question because it's not because I want to have career because I'm a housewife, but I think the nowadays is like a society. I think the society is demanding that government institution is more providing, yeah, to serve the public service. Like nowadays the people is talking about the zonation, right? The zonation matters is just one of the matters of the government competency. But I didn't mean that the government is not incompetent, not like that. But I think the challenge to working in government institution is bigger than the private company, because in private company your measure of achievement of the working is reflection onto the uh, consumer satisfying, right? Your boarding, like the managements, like etc etc, the measurement is very tight and tense, and if you cannot fulfill it, and of course maybe something happened to your career, right? But in government institution it's not like that. But mostly the society is very confusing about this, because you have to serve more people, but you are your challenging is very bigger, is from the every side, like the staff and like the society also, because there is the dishonesty, and there is like ambition, and also like unhealthy competition, something like that. And it's very, I don't know, can we change our society? I'm very pessimistic, because every time we talking about the system, there is always the lack of the system, there is always something happen to the system. Yeah, but maybe it's just I don't know, maybe the the damage is always there, but the loss, the damage is always there, but the party is the change. Maybe in this system, this party that can have advantage is, if we change the system, there is another party that have advantage, right? So like joining I think like Sambo cases in the career, everyone talking that he has a good career, but we know that he sacrificed many what is called, sir, if you have to sacrifice many sections. Yeah, it's very complicated. And if we are talking about this, if you talk about private company, you're just talking about the profit, the only the satisfaction of the consumer or your superior. But if you talking about government institution, it's very complex. Yeah, there is the toxic environment. I didn't mean to rude, yeah, but I think we know that the political office, yeah, I don't know what the name, but it's very determine our this representative, our public service, and etc etc. And we know that there are the good people is trying hard to make the change, but I don't know why it's so hard for us to be get the good change. And if you see up if you define the career in government institution, it's, I don't know, it's very, yeah, it's very, what it's you call, it's very yeah, challenging maybe. I'm sorry.
All right. So, oh, Miss Mita. Okay, so thank you very much.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, Mrs. Egalita, that is our last participant. And thank you for you guys for the opportunity tonight. It's very, very impressive to be able to share the information and the discussion with all of you. And then before we end the discussion, I will return it to Mr. Iqbal for giving the feedback. Mr.
All right.
Iqbal.
Okay, thank you so much, Miss Mita. Your suggestion an amazing moderator for tonight, even like you're in a trouble. But yeah, that's really, yeah, impressed me. So guys, like usual, in the end of our discussion tonight, we are going to like mention some feedback for all of us to make our better next discussion in the future. So the first thing commonly, or that those are the common vocabularies that we need to know. When you want to say dengan bijak, you can say wisely. Sorry. And I'm not really sure like why did you mention this one, Sir Demos? So that's like I write it down here on unstable or tidak stabil, on sincerity. So and the children are, because children is or we can it's not singular but plural. So when it use are as on the to be, or how to say that, I forgot. Yeah, but the to be. And the next one, the teachers are not serious, because serious in adjective. Not the teacher didn't serious. And the last one, if you want to say tidak hanya tapi juga, you can say it's not only but also. That for Orwell, you are guys amazing, like Kizzle. And all right, so like Kizzle, before we close this discussion, I'm going to take a picture. So if you don't mind, guys, please turn on your camera, and yeah, let's take a picture. Thank you, Mr. Demos. Ms. Shopee, hi. Shopee, and oh, Miss Dania. Good to see you here again. Right, so who wants to take the picture? Okay, if there is no one, let me try to screen out. So 3, 2, 1. Oh, Mr. Farid, thank you so much. On cheers. Okay, cool. One more time. Wait a second. Let me try to send it up first to my personal group. And I also will send the feedback to our group later. So, okay, one more time, give your best. Yeah, one more time. 3, 2, 1, on. Yes. Okay, cool. Thank you so much for all of you for providing your time to join this.
Thank you.
Sir, thank you,
Mr.
Miss.
Iqbal,
Thank you,
has
guys.
Mr. February being the coordinator before?